everyone. Happy Halloween. Today we will be playing our own Halloween games.
Yes.
A game that Adam picked out. It's called Savage Halloween.
Yes. Yes.
And it looks like we immediately start the game with this cutscene. So naturally I had to pause before we actually begin.
Yeah, I always hate when they do that. When they just like throw you into a.
Yeah, there's no title screen.
Oh, the worst thing is certain games used to play a cutscene only once, and then you'd never see the cutscene again.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
And it's like, why did you do this to me? I had to delete my data to like.
You better be recording this, otherwise you will never understand the plot.
Like the first time you start Infamous, it's like this PlayStation game.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am saying PlayStation, I'm an old man. There's I think it's PS3. The first time you press start, the whole city blows up, and then you never see the main menu is never the city intact. It's always like after being blown up.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, I should do the light now.
So like in Elden Ring, when you burn the tree, and then that whole area is just like fucked.
Yeah, so it's like.
And there's constantly a particle effect everywhere.
Driving you absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah, it's a bit much. Can the tree just be dead already?
Yeah,
Does it really have to burn for all eternity?
Do I have to get the DLC to get the particle effect to fuck off? Worst. Here, and YouTube, and Rumble. We do, in fact, stream to no one on Rumble.
Getting all your links in a row.
Okay. Perfect.
All
Happy
right.
Halloween.
Take a seat. I'm about to play this cutscene. Every year we can get out of the depths for 24 hours and celebrate Halloween.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Melee Games. That's
That's not fair.
That's who I saw playing this. And he was like, "Oh no, gay vampires."
Oh. Yeah.
Because I think those are supposed to be
Do we work
vampires.
365 days a year doing bad things and are only entitled to one day off?
That,
Enough. This time the Halloween rave won't end.
yeah, gay vampires.
So I
That's-
closed the portal of the depths, and now nobody can come back.
That math isn't right. 365 days of working and then one day off would be 366 days in a year.
Yeah.
It's not a very smart vampire.
Come on, guys. Get on your paws and feet. Ew. Let's party forever. Are werewolves also included?
On the cover, yeah, there's a werewolf.
Okay.
A werewolf named Lulu. Which is... whatever.
It happens every year, but this time it crossed the line. Speaking of crosses, I agree. I want to go home, but my dad closed the portal. So it's time to end this mess. Right, I'm missing the 5th season of Dr. Cave. Wow, that's a little bit cringe. Hey, Matthew Atkinson, welcome to chat. You too, Lulu? Good boy. Let's do this. Alright, whenever you're ready, Adam.
Yeah.
Hey, Gabe the Gen, welcome to chat.
Welcome.
Alright. I guess whoever you want to be.
My instinct is be big werewolf.
I guess I could be slutty vampire. Awakening. Oh wow.
bunch of gay vampires. Can we like move this one direction or the other just so I can see? And I'm in costume. I'm
Something got stuck in the windshield. I was lucky. I went to the driving school. Ah, yes, the driving school, of course.
It's the car from Ghostbusters, by the way. It's like the car they're driving. The Ecto-1.
I don't know about that.
What, their car? Who gave their dog a gun? Okay, so that's a bat gun.
Ah. Okay. Pretty basic stuff so far.
Yeah, you run out of the bad stuff. If you care. Oh, sorry. Is there a way to...
Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. That sounds fun. And also, welcome Love to Draw.
Hey. What's going on?
You having issues with the controls already?
Okay, here we go. Wait. That means I'm selecting player 2. Okay. Replace. Okay, and then fire.
Hey, Moss Hive Network says Happy Halloween. Torchy7321 says hello, DanFan and GamePhans.
Hey.
Welcome, welcome, Happy Halloween.
Okay. And then I have to go all the way back to. Okay, it's weird.
Alright. Here we go. Oh no, spikes. My one weakness. No!
There was.
Oh, I didn't realize you could double jump. Of course.
Oh, what the fuck happened to me? Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, it's not happening. Oh my god, Plague Doctor, too much health.
Alright.
Thanks for protecting me.
From what?
The fireball. You protect the president, did me. Oh, how do you do that? Oh. You can go prone.
Isn't that just kind of basic stuff?
I just didn't notice.
Oh.
Oh, interesting. What is it? What's S?
Sick.
Is that just like a frog you're launching?
Maybe.
Oh, hey, slow-mo or honeydew, mighty
Neato.
fennel, incredible, Neato, Torchy, Mosshive Network. Hey,
Game's
everybody.
all here. Happy Halloween, everybody. Ah, perfect timing. It's not one of those things where you can just walk on, apparently.
Yeah, it's good that you tested that. Oh, fuck. Getting through. We don't normally play these kinds of games.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get very, very tricked out by, like, having a bunch of things moving on screen. Oh, it does look cool. And unfortunately, this is just kind of one of those games where, like, it's just visually kind of too much for me.
Yeah, oh, you have little bat wings when you jump. When you double jump, rather, I guess. See, you're the only one who really should have a double jump.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I should be fucking huge. I'm such a tiny werewolf.
I don't know, you look pretty big. Although, granted, I'm the same height as you, but...
Yeah, it's... I know there isn't any advantage in being bigger in a game with, like, you know, hitboxes and stuff, but... I would still like to be a big boy. Do I have any? Oh, I have new ammo or something? What's going on there? On the far right of my screen, I have 3 claws. See that?
This looks like Shadow the Hedgehog.
Sure. You see on the right of my HUD, I have like 3 purple, it looks like a claw to me.
I see what you're pointing to.
Oh, you press B to use your werewolf powers.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
I wonder what my Shadow the Hedgehog powers will do.
Did you just die?
Okay, so apparently if you do not jump off with me, I insta-die.
Oh. What the fuck?
Ah, cute little witch. Does anyone need a ride? We do!
I love Trisha's Invisible Man cosplay.
Ah, yes, thank you.
Oh, you don't need a ride, but I do. Oh, wait, don't pick up the health, Trisha, please.
Die, werewolf man.
You're like loot goblin instincts. Yeah, I think I will just go with shotgun for this. Start to hit stuff. You can grab a... I guess there was a little one that was waiting.
Yeah, they break up into little tiny ghosts.
Well, I look much more dieseled out on the, when I'm aiming backwards. So that's the guy that broke the car. It's like a giant retarded baby thing.
The demon thingies. They actually kind of remind me of the, what's that fucking friendship Yu-Gi-Oh card?
Oh, like Taya's deck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Taya's deck, exactly. They're like that, but red and demonic.
Grab the health. I love the pose when you're shooting backwards.
Hmm.
You need the ammo more than me. I don't know what these things are. Grab one of those. Okay, this sucks.
Well, live and learn.
You look cool.
I feel pretty cool, you know? This flying animation, not that bad.
It's hard. Is there a way of shooting? Yeah, okay.
Ah, got fucked up.
I lock. Yeah. Hold both triggers. Press start. Boss fight.
Ooh. What's the game lore?
So gay vampires want to extend Halloween forever.
Oh, I can float. I see.
Okay, then
I can't. Am I crazy, or can we like just kind of not jump over that?
I don't know. You have to definitely time it pretty well. I haven't successfully done it yet, but it's not to say it's impossible. Alright, he's gonna come. Okay, I got it. Oh, and then I land on a baby duck. Cool.
Okay, I see.
Should see that coming. Okay, and then he's gonna. Wrong side. Okay.
Got a lot of health. This guy.
Shit. Okay. And
Even
then-
those little tiny babies have a lot of health, honestly.
Yeah.
It takes like so many hits to get them to die.
Fuck.
Alrighty, we did it! How much for you to convince Adam into buying and playing Scott Pilgrim versus the World the game? I mean, I don't even like Scott Pilgrim, so
Yeah, Trisha's one of those
I'm an
not.
OG Scott Pilgrim hater.
Yeah, she's one of those girls who's not the worst.
Oh.
There's like a certain stereotype about like girls who like Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It's like
Is there?
ruined a generation, turned them into Ramona Flowers. Like people make that joke.
Everyone wants to dye their hair blue. Would you guys ever do a Pokemon game? Haven't we streamed Pokemon games before?
We streamed Pokemon Stadium, dude.
Yeah, didn't we also... Did we stream Pokemon Snap, or were we just playing that by ourselves? There was the new Pokemon Snap, I remember.
I think we streamed the new Pokemon Snap and it
Yeah.
sucked.
It was not as good as the first Pokemon Snap,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
I had so much fun. I don't even remember if we were streaming. I had so much fun playing Pokemon Snap with you, though.
Yeah,
It was so nostalgic.
yeah.
But yeah,
That was
costume
awesome.
change. I'm gonna stop being the Volt guy. It's weird that when they were working on Fallout 3 and they designed the Pip-Boy for it, they didn't think like all the buttons are on this side, and then if it's on your left hand, you'd be like covering the screen every time you touch something.
Yeah.
So they put the buttons on the right side for Fallout 4.
Need a left-hand version and a right-hand version.
Yeah. I also didn't like the change where they're like, oh, you can take the Pip-Boy on and off. It's like, no, it should be like...
Matthew says, yeah, I remember you streaming the original and parts of the sequel. Well, there you go.
Alright, now I'm a Witcher.
I did hear about Johnny Smiley getting beat up by Koreans. It's not the first time he's gotten beat up on his own streams. He's, like, kind of totally okay with it.
Yeah.
Because it's just more drama and clicks for him. So, really, he just needs to die.
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
No, I was thinking it was kind of crazy that they let him out of jail and oh, you don't get any of your ammo and stuff for the next. Oh no, you do. Okay, I guess you don't have any ammo though.
It happens. The ladder.
One animation.
Oh. But I can't jump on. Okay.
So can I see your hover ability? Oh, you can just stay in the air permanently.
I can't shoot really good though, because I have to hold on the button.
Well, that's why I switched it to the trigger.
Actually, can I even? Yeah, I guess I can. Just gotta switch fingers.
That's so useful.
Santa, what is he doing here?
How could he? Betrayal. Oh, let me get that heart.
You didn't have to take it.
No, I didn't have to. It was my mistake. I would drop all my ammo and give it to you if I could. I like just using the infinite option. I don't like spending
I
resources.
just gotta say, the ice spikes do not really look like a hazard, so it keeps on tripping me up.
Yeah, the floor itself feels like a hazard. Hold on, can I...
What are you doing?
Okay, it was possible to shoot him without dropping down. You can just aim diagonal. So if you hold on right trigger, I rebound the key. Man, you leave blood in the snow, that's so cool. So if you hold on right trigger, and then shoot, and then aim all around crazy, you won't move. So you could do that and then jump to get like stuff that's like down here. It seems like the ceiling would be a hazard, but it's not. It's just... Oh, no, I'm sorry.
What's that?
Should have been faster. Fuck. That is...
I know.
Okay. It's so tight to the ceiling. Oh, man. Nice! Look at you using the hover.
Oh, come on.
So can you move laterally while hovering?
No, I can't move while hovering.
Okay.
It's just hover in place.
What's your
Hey,
opinion?
Salem. Happy Halloween.
What's your opinion on the glitch song? I have no idea. Why is GamePhans champion bleeding in the ground? It's because...
I'm a vampire.
Yeah, she's a vampire.
Bleh.
So... Bleh.
Bloodmancy or something. Oh.
Sorry.
I was trying to grab hold of the ladder, but it just don't work like that. Ah.
Ambushed by Santa. Wow, that didn't do shit. It looks like it's a black Santa. Haha. Toad no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you
I
know,
hate that.
I hate when the sides of spikes damage
Yeah.
you. On principle, don't like it. I also don't like enemies
Well,
that...
also it makes it difficult to get down from the ledge. It's just like kind of a janky mechanic.
Wait a second, what about the ladder over here?
I love how it respawned me back right in front of the enemy that just shot me.
Oh, he can't get hurt while he's off screen. Okay, there's a little ladder here, and I'm like quite curious. Oh, it looks like there's special stuff. I see shinies. Ah, no! It cost me my life.
But shinies.
I still haven't gotten my claws back. Crazy. Is that it?
That was it.
What did we get? Did we get some kind of gun?
We got a 1-up.
Oh, cool. That'll replace some of the lives that I've cost you by not jumping at the right time. What am I firing out that's exploding? These things seem to do, like, jack shit for damage. Like, the DPS of this is...
Check out my ghosts, man!
It's very cool.
Get ghost on.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can get health. You want some frogs?
I'll take a frog.
Might be useful for, like, getting enemies. I feel like I don't jump that high, but maybe it's just because I'm wider, it seems more... Nice. What are these?
S.
Oh, it's our specials. Okay, so you could figure out what your special is by pressing B. If you see something cool that...
Bam.
Oh, interesting.
That is interesting. I like...
Seems like your character is just, like, far superior to mine. Except I have a... Oh, man, you're... you honest...
I'm on an undead polar bear?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck, I'm so distracted by your stupid... by your stupid
By your
mount.
stupid.
Is this, like, a reference to some old game?
Google T-Rex game.
What did we do wrong?
I guess we just didn't jump right.
Is there like a how does being further ahead? Okay. Being why?
I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works.
Aguarde? You want me to just do it?
I can't come back.
Oh. Am I supposed to be trying to jump like both of them?
I don't know. We need to watch a let's play of this stupid snowboarding level. Up. Yay, you did it.
And you're back?
I guess so.
Oh, there we are, okay. Ooh, I got ghost now. Nice. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, I guess it's invincible. You're unstoppable.
You can do it! I guess this is what they call the girlfriend character.
Yeah. There was some controversy over that term, right? People were like, Wayne. But it's nice to design for someone who
Who's not super good.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like
you wanna
like
try
when
that
Sonic 2 the chicken fire thing.
Is that what it is? It's a chicken?
Looks like chicken to me.
Yeah, I guess so. I hate this ammo. It like doesn't do shit.
Mm.
I guess it's just like a... Oh, right, if you aim down, diagonal. Okay. So if I aim that... No. Well, death has come for me.
Whoops.
Okay.
Reading. Woo! Okay.
Spikes on the floor too.
Oh.
What? I wonder what the fucking goddamn. Oh, it doesn't totally kill you, it just takes some of your life. I wonder what the werewolf gets that's special. Like, you have flying, it's very obvious. Do I just have, like, more health and I just can't tell?
I don't know. Nothing happens when you double trump and then just, like, hold down on the button, right?
No, nothing.
Alright, well.
I would have assumed I would have, like, a bigger gun or something because I'm bigger, but...
Maybe you'd do more damage.
Is there any, like, noticeable...
Oh,
well,
shit.
if you did do more damage, it would probably, like, be broadcast somehow, right? Like, by different colored bullets or something? Like, when you shoot, like, the regular gun, what does it look like? Like, if you hold on the button? Okay. And then I think that... looks like... yeah, it's literally the same, so... oh, fuck. I have to do it myself. Christ. Thought I was timing it. Oh, fuck. Oh, didn't I? Yeah. Oh!
Oh boy.
Guy up the street from me was outside putting up Christmas decorations yesterday.
Yeah, one's the most wonderful time of the year. Let's go.
2 days before Halloween? Or a day before Halloween? Can't, like, crawl past it, can we? Well, you're a vampire. Take the hearts.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's a nice thought.
Yeah, no, it was. Alright, so assuming both give you immortality, like in like Underworld,
Uh-huh.
vampire, werewolf.
Would you have to take all the negative stuff that comes with it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe vampire. Because I think drinking someone's blood in a pseudo-sexual way is probably not as bad as just, like, eating someone to death. Like, trauma-wise.
Well, we have to. There's not a lot of like concrete werewolf lore. They're just like, oh, you gotta control and run in the woods. Like, what does that actually mean? Like, do you have to consume an animal? Once a month, do you have to hunt and kill? And because you can't do that legally, right? Unless you live in like Florida and it's like an iguana or something.
Well, typically in werewolf media, when like you lose control as a werewolf, you just start killing people.
I don't know. I usually it's they just run in the woods, and if there happens to be a person in the woods, they kill them. Because if they were just killing people in like a city, the whole city would be wiped out.
Well, I mean, like, I'm thinking like a American Werewolf in London type stuff.
I don't remember that movie, but I don't think it was specifically a person you had to eat.
Well, he himself gets bit by one,
Mm-hmm.
and then they shoot it and kill it.
Yeah.
But then, of course, he also gets the werewolf disease.
Hmm.
Even though they killed it, you know?
Interesting. Aesthetically, I think werewolf. I think because with vampire, right? you've got to avoid the sunlight, which I already do. But he got bit and killed his 2 friends. Ooh.
Yeah.
Werewolves can fight off and stand up against other supernatural creatures. Vampires just cop out. Lamau.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would prefer to be a werewolf if I'm thinking of coolness, but if I'm thinking of, like, the negative downsides, it'd probably be better to be a vampire. Like, they probably, I don't know.
No question, vampire girls are hotter than, like, werewolf girls. Ew. Fur.
Yeah, well...
Ew. Fur.
Well, that's only when they transform, right?
Yeah, but, like...
Oh, what if you get just the ear things?
No.
You're not into the ears and tails on the God Girl anime.
None of that shit. I would say werewolf aesthetically is my preference, because I kind of feel the vibes that Basil's got going on, where it's like werewolves feel tougher, because they do feel tougher. I feel like then sometimes they have this thing where they're like, werewolves can't fight unless it's the full moon. I don't really like that. I don't
like that either.
Yeah, I like the underworld feel where they like transform and then like fuck you up or whatever. Now, here's the problem with developing werewolf lore too much. It's like, okay, so they can transform when they want, right? Now, how would they fight optimally? Just transform and like run at them like naked? No, probably not. They'd have armor and stuff, and all of a sudden you got werewolves in clothes, and now it's gay. Now it's super gay. Now it's way too gay. It's like, no. You need to, if you're gonna work that into your lore, that like werewolves are more like, thinking things through, you'd have to have some kind of rule, like, if they're wearing clothes, they're like weaker or something like that, or clothes just vanish on them or something. Because once you put it,
it's a difficult thing when it comes to putting it in a visual medium. Is it like, do they rip the clothes off, or are they just naked?
All right, so you
gotta mesh into the fur.
So you got a werewolf. Werewolf dad gets a call from his... Werewolf dad gets a call from his daughter. Daughter is in the bathroom. She's scared. Dad needs to come rescue her. And he's like, all right, I'm going to grab something real quick, and I'm going to go over there and, like, werewolf the shit out of this party, right? So what is he going to grab? Is he going to grab werewolf pants? No. He's going to grab a bulletproof vest, right? And all of a sudden you have Daffy Duck. Or not Daffy Duck. What is it? Donald Duck. You got a very... Yeah, Donald Duck. You got a Donald Duckin', like, bulletproof vest on a wolfman. Gay. Very gay. The gayest. I saw this werewolf and I said, wow, that's gay. Like, it can't be done. It's, you gotta rewrite your lore, or it's, man, my dream is to become a werewolf and eat lots of dog food. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. And you see, I already kind of like bloody steaks. So
yeah.
It's the same thing.
But that's more like vampire stuff, right? Bloody,
The steaks, vampire.
So if the werewolf condition is that you go crazy once a month and run around the town, the easiest thing to solve. It's like just put them in chains or something, like lock them in the basement, and then it's fine. That's what it was in...
Well, I don't know, like, how strong is this guy? You gotta put in an investment to lock yourself up in the basement every month?
The guy in, what was it called? Beyond Human, I think it was? Was it Beyond Human? There's some British show that they made extra gay when they made it an American show, where it's like a ghost and then a werewolf and a vampire living in a flat.
Okay.
Governor. And then the werewolf would just go to an abandoned insane asylum and lock himself in one of the padded cells.
And that was enough to hold him?
Yeah.
Wow.
But then I think one episode he broke through, and then like he killed someone or something. I don't know. But if the requirement is that you have to eat, you have to hunt and kill an animal every month. You can't like legally just like hunt in every month of the year, right? So if that's like your requirement, like you won't transform back until you have hunted an animal. Like, I think a lot of people that are like hunters they go out and they just don't kill anything. Like, they can't find anything. So, like, how hard is it for a werewolf to actually find an animal is question number one.
Well, sniffing and tracking and...
Yeah. And then second of all, like, legally, can you just, like, be hunting the fuck out of the forest? Probably not. You have to find some, like, invasive species and then, like, live there until it's not an invasive species because you werewolfed it too much.
Okay.
So then... but if it's just you go out of control, very easy to solve. You just chain yourself up. Maybe there'll be, like, a facility or something. I'm assuming, like, the masquerade breaks, right?
You know, the writer for The Last Unicorn, he also wrote, like, a short story with a female werewolf. It's probably, like, maybe my only introduction to a female werewolf is his, like, short story. Not that it was not that it was a very good or by any means an uplifting story, but it's about, like, this guy who's, like, dating a female werewolf, and, yeah, in the end, he just, like, kind of snaps. He can't be with her anymore. She's, like, too much for him.
An allegory for,
Crazy bitches.
Crazy. I was going to say,
no joke, yeah. I think that probably was what he was going for. But yeah, I did a art piece for Drawtober, and I did a werewolf as one of the drawings. Did a female werewolf, and the werewolf's name was Lila in the story, so I just called her Lila. Yeah.
Lila sounds like a crazy bitch name.
I thought it sounded cute. Alright, well, more playing.
Like, little girl Lila, very cute. Adult,
as soon as she's an adult,
as soon as she's an adult, she's a crazy psycho bitch. It's like...
Oh,
she's one of those chicks with the vibrators that sets on fire because they turn it up too loud.
No.
Lila's telling you about her crystals and shit, and she's like, I charge these on the lunar eclipse. I
am a werewolf after all.
I am a werewolf. I charge my crystals. I bet you didn't charge your crystals, bitch. They got air plants. They got dead air plants all around. They have so many dead air plants. They have dead air plants everywhere in their house, hanging around. You're like, what's that? It's like, oh, it was an air plant, but I don't know.
Lives in California, eats the homeless people.
Cleaning up the streets.
It's like the mountain lions, but instead it's just replaced with actual werewolves.
It's so stupid that, like, mountain lions will kill Californians, and then it'll be like, oh, we can't
shoot them.
Can't hurt the mountain lions. It's like, wow. Like,
I guess I'll just die.
I was watching some podcast, and there was this, like, it was the story where 2 adult men were mauled by a mountain lion, was the story. And the guys in the podcast were like, oh my god, a full-grown man? That's crazy. And it had, like, the weight of them or something like that, or, like, their height and weight, and they're like, man, that's a big dude. And then they show the pictures. It's, like, 2 very fat, very feminine women. like they're just so weak looking. They're so soft. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, those are men, huh? Oh. Anyway. It's like...
If you met a werewolf, I'd be pissed, since now all that crystal stuff is possible. Ah, yes, of course.
Oh, yeah. No, that's true. That's true, yeah. I mean, I guess I can't be making fun of crystals if werewolves exist. Question of etiquette. Did your female werewolf have 2 nips or 6? Dogs?
David.
Do dogs have multiple... Okay.
That's how they feed their pups.
Okay, yeah, I've only had male dogs, I don't know. Underwhelming cryptid is the black mountain lion. That's like, isn't that real? There's like just like albinism, there's like a super, like black squirrels and stuff.
Oh. Ah! I forgot there was a face. Twice.
Oh, it's one of the stupid things. It doesn't hurt you when it's falling. It just hurts you if you touch it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we should make a poll in chat. Werewolf versus vampire.
Which would you rather be?
I got it. Yeah, I guess I don't have. I'm not like logged in to make.
Oh,
polls.
good night, Gabe. Alright, hang on. How do I make a poll? Ah, there we go.
Because avoiding sunlight sucks, right? And that's like a super lethal one. That's pretty consistently you have to avoid sunlight.
Start poll,
I'd
baby.
rather be a werewolf, but only because I think it'd be neat to have a tail. Now I don't want to pick werewolf.
Yeah, I don't want to be werewolf if it turns me into a furry.
I think the sunlight avoidance thing is like too much of a pain. I think generally werewolves just don't have like a very they don't have a super like cohesive like their weaknesses aren't super well defined. It's like, oh, you get shot with a silver bullet, you die. Well, everyone. That's already a problem.
Yeah. If a werewolf bit an animal, does the curse pass to them, or does it just humans? I think it's just humans.
Yeah.
It would be a little bit silly if everyone could just get werewolf powers.
Yeah, because like, what would that even manifest as? Start shooting at ghosts, I guess.
Got him.
That can't be it. Oh, it's really it. I actually dodged in time. I heard the sound and I was like, what? So supposedly, oh, sure. Supposedly you react quicker to sound than you do visual
Not if you're
stimuli.
me.
Dude, you're so strong.
At least for these types of platforming bits.
You need it, and I guess I'll take the second one. We're so synchronized. Can you run across the top? God, yeah. Oh yeah, just touching it kills you.
Oh, I can walk on top of it though.
Oh, okay.
Coming?
I don't trust this shit at all. You fucking piece of shit.
just wait for it to drop and drop on them.
So those are like sentient. Oh my god. Proper breaching technique is to just full auto as you're entering a room.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Witch.
Man, she's got some.
She got some jigglers.
Use the ghosts.
Oh.
You have your special? Oh, is that healing you? I think you're just better in every way. I think your special brings back health to you.
Really? Huh.
You have 6 more, too.
Oh, it does.
Oh, it heals me, too.
It heals you. I am a great companion. That's why you bring the big titty goth vampire.
Yeah, let me just say, Trish's character is fucking so much more meta. Like, I want to look up this game, because I'm curious if the werewolf has...
So surely the werewolf must have cool things.
It must have something.
So far we have 71% leading werewolf. People want to be a werewolf.
A lot of vampire powers, though.
You do. You get a lot of powers as a vampire.
You
You
have
get
like
hypnosis. You could turn
Yeah.
into a bat.
there's like, depending on how extended you go, there's like walking on walls.
Yeah, right. And then additionally, you get all the super strength as well. Controlling animals.
Yeah, there's like not a lot of content for this. Community, maybe? I don't know. I am curious though, because your character so evidently has all these unique things, like flying and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Now the other thing with werewolves is you could summon wolves, right? And blizzards.
You can summon blizzards as a werewolf?
Yeah. That's like a very, very extended... That's like the walking on walls thing. It's like a very extended sort of lore. I think typically werewolves don't get that... they just don't develop them that much. Not like vampires, for whatever reason. usually people want to use the werewolf thing as a, like... Oh, let me get my special thing.
There's a guy on the ground.
I'm curious if mine also heals me, because I thought it did, but...
Oh.
What now?
I guess I must die.
Yeah, I can see the ones that are...
Come on.
I had to wait. Werewolf so I can Fortnite emote in front of Native Americans. What?
I don't know. Maybe that's a Twilight reference? It's like the werewolves in Twilight are Native American. Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
I don't know why, but they are.
They kind of do that with they kind of do that with Vampire the Masquerade lore. That lore is so gay, right? It's unfathomably gay. So in Vampires the Masquerade, you have 3 types of werewolf. Like lupine, homid, and something else. So the cursed, forbidden kind of werewolf is 2 werewolves fall in love, right? That's like the forbidden one that you
can't fall in love with one of your own kind.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Exactly the subtext there, right? And then the normal, most common type is a werewolf that falls in love with a human, right? Oh my god, just like my Twilight books.
Aw, cute.
And then the strongest kind of werewolf is a human who falls in love with a wolf. Not a werewolf. Just straight up dog fucker is how you create the strongest. I was like building a character for a one shot.
Criminal activity required.
I was looking at I was building a character for a one shot, so I was looking at the different stat things to make the character. I was like, oh, lupine, perfect. This look really strong. And then I was looking at I was reading the lore thing. I was like, oh no, oh no.
Oh dear, no. Anything but that. Got a problem with me, Crow?
Vampire. The deal with the vampire, is he fights to keep control. The whole deal with the wolf boyo is that he can't. Interesting. Basically, the age-old question you had to choose one would be tail or wings. Why? Vampires very rarely get wings. There's got wings in this, but it's kind of... it's pretty rare that you have the wing vampires.
Yeah, I think it's more common that you see the vampires that just turn into an actual bat than it is that you see this.
Yeah, the werewolves turning it, or the vampires turning it.
I've seen a lot of floating vampires though, where they have a much loose definition of flight.
Yeah. I don't really. I see the vampires turning into bats much more rare than it was not much more rare. It's just it is quite rare to see those, and then to see the wings I think is more rare than that. But because I think you're right. But the wings are cool, certainly, especially
they are cool.
Remember Vampire Hunter D
demonic.
when they're they're fighting on top of the carriage in the tunnel and they're whoosh, she attacks with the wings. It's it's super fucking cool.
Yeah, right.
Oh no. Oh. What did he even get hit by?
Ah, I keep on jumping too high. Alright.
Yeah, I guess I got the ghost. Should we go down the... Should we go down this one? Oh, sweet. I guess I'll grab one of these. Yeah. Ow.
Ah. Did like the Sonic arm spread out thing.
Can I, like, ghost him? They stay at that, like... Oh, you can shoot through the platforms?
Yeah, that's why it confused me, because then I was shooting under the platform, but the platform crushed me.
Oh. You can't shoot the frog. I guess it... That doesn't help. You can't... Oh, so you can shoot the ghosts through platforms. Oh, that's... Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Alrighty.
It's the ghosts.
It's a ghost. I get it. Alright. Clarification.
I'm like trying not... I'm like thinking about going for stuff, and then I'm like, oh, I don't want to be crushed by the ceiling.
Yeah. That's good instinct. this is a really long elevator, huh?
And quite unsafe.
Frog too stupid. Hey, look, it's Deadpool.
I imagine those like spiky things are like depth charges.
Yeah. I've ran into those a couple times. They just spike me.
Ah. I thought I had the damage. Is there a pattern?
You just gotta drop down once they all... Yeah. Oh, go get the heart.
Is there a heart?
Yeah, go left.
Oh.
Oh, you got specials.
If you didn't point that out, I would have just...
Shotgun is probably still the best out of everything.
You mean the bat gun?
Oh yes, bot gun.
Yeah,
Botman.
bot gun. It's over here, though. Which way is the way I'm supposed to go? That's the way you don't want to go, right?
I mean, I guess you can go wherever. It's all your choice.
That looks like where I'm supposed to be.
Well, then you don't want to go there.
Yeah.
I think they all lead to the same place.
No, this one has 2 specials.
Oh.
Oh my god, why? Not a lot of damage on that thing.
No,
Let me save it.
but I guess you can go through platforms with it.
Yeah, that's...
That's an interesting thing to know.
Yeah, the witch was probably going through her things, just didn't notice.
I don't know if it was. But, interesting point.
I was thinking because she's moving around so much, it would come around and hit her in the back.
Hmm.
She had a very, like, static shield.
Oh, yeah.
No. That's not a ladder.
I didn't even have that much sugar today. And I'm already, like, kind of crashing. Had, like, 2 Butterfingers, the little itty-bitty tiny ones. And then, like, 2, or actually really more like 1.5 pieces of candy corn. Candy corn did it. My god. Those were so sweet.
Yeah, no kidding. The other thing with the candy corn is that it has, like, dyes in it.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you're not used to, like, just
We
consuming
haven't been having
oil, just like motor oil.
We haven't been having artificial dyes for a really long time, and then I had that candy corn, and it really fucked me up.
Yeah. I wanted to have some, but...
Yeah, I mean, you want to have some, it's like part of the holiday and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's a shame the effect that it has on you. We need a healthier America.
Oh yeah, I'm actually super. If Trump wins, it'll be. I mean, if they if they don't cheat, that is, then it'll be really good to have RFK like doing stuff because he's like he put out a video that was like super ballsy. He was just like yeah, so this is Captain Crunch, and this sucks. Like, he just, like...
This sucks. Here's why your cereal sucks.
He, like, just... It's not, like, in many foods. He's like, no, in this right here. Captain Crunch right here. This on the label. See this? Like, it was just... He was like, yeah, it's got yellow dye, number 5 in it, and it sucks.
Doesn't need to. Yeah.
It sucks real bad. It makes you real sick. It's, It makes your kids retarded. It, does all sorts of shit to you.
I think people get, because it becomes so normalized over time, people get way too comfortable with it, and then they get this mindset, like, as the generations go on, people get this mindset of, oh, well, it has to have that, otherwise it won't be colorful. It's a necessary thing, but it's not necessary, because there's natural dyes that don't require chemicals and things that are bad for you.
Yeah.
It's just cheaper to use the unnatural stuff.
Parents are, like, so not discerning.
Yeah.
I feel like in order to care about... I don't know. I just, like with 3D printing, too, like, people will... They'll buy this stuff that's, like, printed from, like, the Chinese filament that's, like, insanely cheap. It's, like, $16 for a kilogram of it.
Yeah, right.
And it's, like, so bad. Like, it says, like, on the label, it contains benzene. Like, it just...
it contains it.
It just does contain benzene, and if you're just...
Giving these toys to little kids, like, here, suck on this.
Yeah, and, like, people will, like, sell that shit, and they'll be
they
like...
were selling whistles with it.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah,
It's
there was
like,
that...
you're not supposed to put your mouth on that.
That black dude at the...
yeah, the guy that was next to us in the anime convention.
Thing, yeah. We were talking about, like, filaments or whatever, and he got so uncomfortable because I was like, oh, yeah, I don't use any of the Chinese stuff because obviously it contains, like, benzene.
Right.
Do you think I can get back on, or did I just...
And, like, even if you're getting the American stuff, you should,
Oh, I can, okay.
You should get at the very least, food-safe plastic. If you're going to be putting your mouth on it.
I don't use food-safe plastic for...
Well, you don't print whistles.
Yeah, I printed my mom a whistle, but...
Sure.
But I did use, the Florida stuff. You fucking bitch. Oh my God. But yeah, I wouldn't sell whistles on scale made out of fucking stuff you're not supposed to be sucking on.
I think that is generally a bad idea, yeah.
Oh my God, why am I dumb?
You still have a light up.
But like I'll like someone comes over to the table, and like there's this like fucking. Some people have like the nastiest attitude with like someone selling stuff. They're like,
yeah, like we're trying to scam them or something. And it's like, hey man, this is what we do. We go to fairs and we sell stuff. That's it.
and a lot of times it'll be someone with a way more made up job than I make a thing and hand it to you. They'll be like, oh, I manage the human resources department. It's like, so you just
talk to people about their feelings.
It's like, oh no, I don't do that. I open up a spreadsheet and then I send it to someone else after I read it. Sometimes I don't read it. I just send it. Oh. So.
What a necessary job.
So because your boss doesn't understand how to open an Excel spreadsheet, you have a job? Yes, that's correct.
Oh man, wish I could get a job like that. They say doing YouTube is easy.
There's a lot of super retarded jobs. I knew someone who their job was to take the English from lawyers who were cheaper to hire because they're like from other countries and they can't speak English very well. Take their documents and then just correct the English so it sounds more.
Oh yeah, so it sounds more
normal.
professional.
And that's his whole job. He sits there all day and he just like
Corrects.
just changes
bad
lines
grammar,
to
yeah.
sound better.
David Meyer says Human Resources gets to hear all the good jokes right before firing the comedian.
Oh no. Was there special items up there?
You'll never know.
I could get totally lost playing an RPG. Oh fucking god damn it! I could get totally sucked in playing like an RPG, leveling up my characters, or like, you know, managing my empire or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so done. I'm so like cooked on arcade games. Oh man, is it just I'm just the.
This level in particular feels like it goes on forever. It almost makes me wonder if we did something wrong.
You're supposed to be.
Because I feel like we should have gotten to a checkpoint by now, and then I should be able to join again, but I don't know. Destroy.
Damn it. Supposed to get those healths that get bumped back. Good, I get an achievement for fucking up.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Now you get everything back. Boss fight.
Go.
Oh, you don't get everything back. Damn. Oh, we got like a Frankenstein candy corn mouth boss.
Fuck. Oh, all the specials that I used are still consumed at 24.
Oh.
Well, this doesn't do a lot of damage. I mean,
Oh my goodness. It takes so many hits too.
eh. My special sucks, by the way. It doesn't seem to do like an incredible amount of damage, and it does not heal me.
Yeah. Can you jump on their heads and then just start shooting the big guy?
Yeah, it hurts you.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Basil says, someone in my workplace, their entire occupation is refilling coffee supplies in break rooms and disposing of coffee pods. Nice. Nice. That sounds very relaxing, actually.
Oh.
Man, it looks like you should be able to jump on their heads, but you're just not. Savage Halloween. Well, that's Savage Halloween, guys.
Fuck that boss fight. It's basically just do more damage than you can do.
Yeah, if I were still alive, it'd probably be a little bit easier, but...
Yeah, I mean, if we had doubled the damage output, somehow I ended up with a giant score and you have nothing.
I don't know, man.
Well, anyway.
I think I played okay. But apparently the game disagrees.
Yeah, I've got my my weekly chat with Sergeant Salamander coming up. So.
Yeah, that's right. When is that?
He said he was on his way home.
Okay.
So I figure we'll wind down.
Yeah, why don't we just
and
chill?
chat with you guys. God, I'd love to do some like modern fantasy thing. I guess I'm working on one, but I don't know. The whole werewolf thing is neat. I feel like
Oh yeah, for sure.
like when I think about like designing a tree of skills for like werewolf as a maybe that would be a fun class in an RPG is like just vampire and just werewolf. Just have like that as like a
Are there any other monsters?
I don't think so. I think those are like kind of the ones.
Those are the main two for sure.
Yeah. I have like everybody who's ever DM'd anything, like anyone who's ever run any kind of Dungeons and Dragons game or anything like that, they have a half designed RPG sitting on the shelf. I'd love to like work on it more, but the obstacles I don't have like play testers, you know. But I'd love to like work on it. It is like kind of cost prohibitive to some extent. Now the RPG system that I was playtesting, the guy was like, "Oh, it's cost $20,000 just about," and it's like, that's crazy. I don't think I would spend nearly that much. The printing costs are certainly wow. It's pretty split between vampire and werewolf.
Yeah. I guess that goes to show you, like, it is. I mean, technically, werewolf's still leading. If I were to talk about like my personal favorite, werewolves are my favorite out of all the monster options.
But of course, if we extended it to mummies alive, you would.
Fake mummies.
No, but so vampires have like super speed sometimes, so that's like an interesting thing there.
Oh yeah, sometimes.
Super speed becomes less valuable when you have hit points. So it's like, let's say they're so fast they automatically get to attack on their turn and they get to hit, and it's like, oh wow, they just instantly kill everybody. But if you have hit points, then an attack could, hurt someone but not kill them. So then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that sucks. Might as well do shit tons of damage on your turn or something. So there's some like balance to that. I think people are kind of squishy from our perspective, but of course, like if an alien species was to encounter humans, I don't know if they would think of us like that, because like, a person can get like shot in the head and like still keep on like fighting. So it's like, and then we're just like, oh yeah, this is like adrenaline or whatever. If you were talking to like an alien, they would be like, there's some fluid that your body produces that keeps you from dying. It's like, yeah, in case we need to kill lots of people before we die. And it's like, I'm going back to Zorblon. This place is crazy. It's like I feel like an alien's perspective on a human, like people who are very self-hating, like left-leaning sci-fi is very anti-human. They're always like,
it's very demoralizing.
Yeah.
It's always like we always need to critique ourselves.
Yeah. And you see it with like people working on Dungeons and Dragons now. They hate humans, and so humans are the worst option. And so every race is humans plus. And if you think that orcs are supposed to be stupid, then you're racist, right? But if they're supposed to be stronger than humans and then dumb, there's a balance there. And so it feels more interesting.
Yeah, right.
But like if they're just better humans, then
why would you ever be human?
But like it's also, when you're inventing these fantasy races, you have to also keep in mind you're borrowing so much stuff from humans. Even if you give orcs the ability to make a spear, that is something that is exclusive to humans on Earth. That is not a thing that any other animal can do.
It's like woodworking for dwarves.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's something that humans already can do.
And even when you consider like all the different things we would apply to dwarves, like pickaxes and things, these are all human things.
Yes.
So if you're going to steal from humans and give it to another race in order to populate them with interesting things, you have to keep some things for humans. So what do you choose? You have to. There has to be some amount of like balance, and this is something I keep in mind whenever I do non-human races in stuff. That's what I for Horizon Quest. I was like thinking about that a lot. I was thinking a lot of what I would do with like dwarves, but then I was like, ah, fuck it, I don't want this. There just wasn't like room in the party for. It just felt like it would be obligatory dwarf. It's like, no, we don't. Not necessary. Not that I wouldn't put like dwarves in the world somewhere, but just like didn't need it. So it's just like, ah, fuck it.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to mess around with like different like werewolf vampire things, because I think there's a bunch of like skill options for vampires, just like kind of like spells in a spell book. You have a lot of like turning into a bat, walking on walls. Then you have different weaknesses, and that kind of be interesting to like RPGify. Is like you pick certain ones to get more points to spend or something. So the sunlight is like the big one, but then there's also crossing moving water. They're like they can't move while they're crossing moving water, so they need to be transported over like a river. So a fight on a bridge or something. I would, if I was gonna like gamify that, I would give it like I'd like reduce movement. Well, I don't know. I would just reduce movement while over moving water.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's like. Then you have like Vampires the Masquerade, where they have like a gazillion magic powers, right? And then you have like the super duper vampires like sucking people's blood out of their body just like with magic.
Whoosh.
You know.
Bloodmancy.
I don't know if I'd go that crazy, but.
Yeah. I feel like at that point you just are a different monster.
Mm-hmm. Some like mummy magic.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. For a while I was trying to like figure out how you could have clothes that would work as a vampire or a werewolf. And like my concept now, I think werewolves wearing clothes is like super gay now that I've seen a picture of it, right? Now that I've seen it in the vampires, they're not Werewolf the Apocalypse, the same publisher. Now that I've seen the pictures, I'm like, oh, that's so super gay, and that is this whole furry thing. But
we transition from it's a werewolf to it's a furry gay thing.
But in like a older story that I shelved, I had a concept called I called it I don't know. Now it feels weird to like give away my secrets, but probably never gonna actually like I don't know. But yeah, no, I had a concept for pants that would they would change size, like not just like stretchy pants, because I think that's just like
sort of like the Hulk.
Yeah, the Hulk just has stretchy underwear, but I was thinking like trip pants, because they look normal they look distinctive, but people wear them and they're big and whatever. But if you just had a thing where like when you got bigger, they would like you just fill out the pants, like the belt would just shift to a different like loop. It made sense, but then like in my head, but I wasn't really, and I was visualizing the pants and stuff. I just wasn't visualizing the whole picture of what that looks like once they're transformed. Is like just like a fucking werewolf wearing trip pants and like I guess like a button down shirt because I could open and then you could be reclosed if it was like magnetic or something.
Yeah.
No good.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do with the clothes and the transforming back and forth.
I think you'd probably have to just have.
You just gotta have like the clothes magically disappear or something.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way to really do it. Doesn't make any sense. No, but I don't know. Magic.
Yeah.
Werewolf magic. The clothes turn into fur.
Yeah. But yeah, I think with like early American werewolf mythology,
Put them in
werewolves,
stripper clothes. No, thank you.
like the tearaway pants.
Oh yeah, the tearaway pants. That would be funny too. Just seal that back on afterwards. The clothes ripping aesthetic, though, for when they're transforming, is kinda cool.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
Yeah. I guess if the werewolf was like tearing off tearaway pants, it wouldn't quite be as wouldn't quite be as interesting. Snaps up the sides on easy off, yeah. Yeah. I used to have those for like basketball because it was like in the winter or whatever. Everyone was supposed to have those so they could like, I don't know. And it was supposed to be easier to like, because the people didn't. I don't know. You theoretically, if you got hot working out like in the gym and then you went outside and it was super cold, you'd get sick or something. That was like that was the logic. I don't think that's true. But
yeah, I've never heard that before.
I don't know. People would say that a lot though. So fucking I don't know. People say it way more with like swimming and stuff. It's like if you swim around in a indoor pool, it'll be real hot, and then you go outside, you'll be wet and you'll freeze and die and something.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't know. A little sketchy.
A little sketchy, I don't know.
TBH, but.
Is that like the classic Japanese thing where it's like, oh, if you get wet outside, you'll immediately get a cold?
Yeah, I think so. So now here, so what I think is interesting is like, so you lean werewolf, right? Mm-hmm. And then I find it interesting to like see where the scale turns. It's like, all right, so I'll make a deal. I'll trade you your werewolf powers for vampire powers. You can walk on walls.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, what do you think? Has the scales tipped yet? Is that the point where you're like? So yeah, so let's start with a base werewolf, base vampire. It's like werewolf. You transform once a month. You don't have to kill something. You just have to be chained up or something, or you go crazy, or locked in a room or something. And you can transform whatever.
It's just a very normal woman experience.
Right. You can, and then you can transform whatever you want, but it's like not as strong if the moon isn't on you or something, right?
Alright, sure.
Vampire has to drink blood, and both live forever. And was vampire get? Okay, so at this point you're like leaning werewolf, right?
Okay.
So let me add like extended universe powers, the EU powers onto
EU.
Vampires. Okay, so you walk on walls. How does the scales move at all? That's
No, I don't give a shit about walking on
Oh,
walls.
okay, all right. You can turn into a bat. Nothing. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. In some version of vampires, you can just turn into any animal in general. Do I find specific value in a bat? Not specifically.
All right, I'll sweeten the deal. You're like Dracula. You can turn into a wolf.
But it's not a giant wolf that can destroy everything.
That is true. It's a regular wolf.
Regular wolf, yeah.
It does have red eyes.
Oh, okay.
Still nothing. Scale's not moving. If you're a werewolf in chat, press hit 1 when the scale starts to shift. Okay, you get super speed as a vampire.
It is pretty good.
Yep. Have the scales shifted?
I guess. I mean,
So it's not moving. Claws.
Claws?
Yeah, you get... Oh, okay.
What the fuck do I care about claws?
Alright.
Do I look like one of those girls that like the super long nails typing?
Okay. What else do we got?
You had me with the super speed.
Okay. Oh, so it is moving with the super speed.
It is moving. Yeah.
Okay, but not quite. You can call a pack of wolves to bother someone who's just to spook
Just to
someone.
bother someone.
I'm pretty sure that's all that happened in Dracula, like Bram Stoker's Dracula. He calls a pack of wolves, but I don't think they do anything. I think they're just like, oh.
They could just be my pets. Doggy pie.
Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose that is true. You could call
wolves to be pet. To calm down your stress.
Okay, yeah.
After drinking people. What are you?
Just twirl around like Wonder Woman to transition into another outfit.
Oh yeah, perfect.
All right. So what do you think? Have I shifted the scales to vampire yet, or are we still werewolf? We're still heavily weighted down. Where are the scales?
You know, when it comes to like personal preference, I think it's more about like aesthetics than anything else. You know.
Okay. All right.
Like if I were going to pick what I would be for the rest of my life, you know, maybe it'd be more beneficial to be vampire. Because it's just kind of maybe easier, and especially when you get like all the extra superpowers and stuff.
The sun is a big obstacle, though.
The sun is a big obstacle, but you know, I already don't like the sun.
It's true.
No, I mean,
it's also like
you just move to one of those cloudy, like you go to Sleepy. What was the one? It wasn't Sleepy Hollow. It was something different. It was Silent Hill. Yeah, that's it. You go to one of those super cloudy places where the sun isn't.
Oh, Centralia, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, there's a town in Pennsylvania. Here's a nice spooky ghost story for you. There's a town in Centralia, Pennsylvania. Town in Pennsylvania called Centralia that they disposed of garbage by burning it, and they burned it on a fissure. I guess they didn't realize it was there, obviously, but the crack led all the way down to coal deposits that they were mining, I believe. Now, some kind of oil or something ignited, dripped down, and lit the coal deposit. Now, the coal deposit has been burning for like 60 years now, something like that. So
that's a lot we could have used.
Yeah, so it's just constantly burnt, and it lit the whole deposit, and then it would create new fissures all over the place, and smoke is pouring out of those fissures. So the whole town was covered. It was like fumigated with coal smoke. Everyone had to leave the town. So it's an abandoned town. You can drive through it, but you're not supposed to. You can do whatever you want, right? But there's no rules. They don't like keep you from whatever. But my brother's driven.
All the vampires moved there.
Yeah, my brother's driven through that town, and I think some parts of the town there's no smoke or whatever, and like it has a population of I think like 14 or something, and it's like a couple houses that are like far away from everything that's still technically within town limits, but they kind of don't live their life. They don't go to the church, you know. They're not going, you know. They go to they're part of some other town, but they technically.
It is a kind of sad story.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of like abandoned like stuff. The whole town is abandoned because, you know, it's just the buildings, right? People like moved. It wasn't so urgent they were like dying, right? They didn't need gas masks, but you're gonna get like turbo cancer like if you stay there for more than a couple days. So everyone just got the fuck out of there and left quite a bit of stuff. And it was abandoned. I want to say it was abandoned a while ago, right? I don't actually know the timeline. To be honest, I don't know that much history about it. But this is the inspiration for Silent Hill because this whole town that's just covered in like this fog, smoke, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So the coal deposit it's burning less now than it was. So now the town is like you know, my brother said it smells like shit. It smells worse than you could possibly imagine. They drove through and they didn't hit the circulate button, so they were
just breathing in the toxins.
Yeah.
Great.
They're trying to drive through fast, but it's like, dude, hit circulate. What the fuck are you doing? Of all times to not hit the circulate button. It's like we were driving and there was like we saw someone like tire spin out or whatever, and there's big smoke, and then John was like, oh, I better hit the circulate air button, and I was like, oh, where is it? You know, and I could imagine someone not hitting that in time, but like, you know, you're going to Silent Hill, turn on the fucking circulate button.
Yeah, it's a shame that there wasn't really something they could do to kind of alleviate that.
And they don't sell houses there. I've looked; they aren't listed. Interesting.
How much would you pay for a house that's in a town that smells like poison?
I'd buy property.
Just for shits and giggles?
Oh wait, I have to pay taxes on it, huh?
Yeah.
Because if it's
you're just putting that investment in the bank, like at some point it'll go back to normal.
Yeah. That's what I'd be thinking. It is coal though, and like you don't want even a low amount of coal in your lungs. That's like.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
Fire will go out sometime. Yeah, right.
I don't know. That's super sketchy. Something like the church I would buy, because if someone wanted to film a movie there or something, it's kind of low chance.
Yeah, they might die in the process.
But if you're paying taxes on that every year, nah.
You just claim that it's a smoke religion.
That's true. Yeah. Can I buy it as like a monument and not have to pay taxes? Be like, yeah, this is. They can't charge you taxes in Centralia, can they?
I don't know.
I bet that's why those people live there. They probably don't
you
have to pay
can't
taxes.
sell any property there, so I guess they didn't figure this out.
It's not just coal; it's the better quality coal that burns really slow and will still burn in low oxygen. Fuck. And then what happens if it hits like a random deposit of more coal? Like it's burning like a wick, and then it's like hits another bigger one. It's like,
damn.
You know, what if that happens one day, right? But then the other thing is like Canada, the other California, the Northern California, Canada. Okay. It had a gigantic forest fire, and then in New Jersey, we're getting like the whole street is covered in smoke.
I remember that. That was awful.
Yeah, fuck that. It's like, by the way, definitely intentionally lit.
Yeah.
It was like there's like a pattern.
Climate activists.
Yeah, it's like
fires.
It's like global warming people. Like they light the fire because they're like
they want to create controversy so they can be like, look how good of a peoples we are. We're fighting for the cause.
Because like their whole identity is like based around this like prophecy that like,
we're all gonna be dead in 5 years or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like
it's a perfect example of replacing a religion with a cult.
Yeah, it's like me being also speaking as someone who like cares about the environment, like I would call myself an environmentalist, but like the whole like green movement is cancer. It's like
totally corrupt.
It's like the worst shit. Like the whole thing where they're like no nuclear, we just want wind and solar. It's like, what the fuck? Like those suck. Those are so inefficient.
Exactly, and then because they're so shitty and cheap, they make all this money off of them.
Like, why don't they? Like, if you're gonna dump all this, they waste so much fucking money. If you're gonna waste that much money, why don't you just go to some place with a high elevation, dig a lake, and then make the lake have paddle boats and stuff. You know, fun lake, right? It's a fun lake. People like the lake. Happy lake. You know, you have so much money to waste on these like wind turbines that do jack shit and then break in like 5 years. Not even. But like I think the average lifespan is under a year, and they were bragging like, now we have ones that last 3 years. It's like,
wow.
shut the fuck up. What are you doing?
And then there's like, what was that one environmentalist solution to all the CO2? They were just like, how about we bury it?
They're so stupid.
Yeah, that's such a stupid story.
The CO2 pipeline where they're like harvesting CO2 and then burying it. It's like
we're not a star. Eventually the gas is gonna come up.
it's so stupid.
We're not. The Earth is not made of gas. You cannot just keep on storing it in there.
I mean, maybe you can, but it's like it's stupid because it's also like plants.
Well, you're just pressurizing it because the Earth is solid.
I don't know what they're doing. To be honest, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're mixing it in with like.
That's why it exploded.
I don't think that's why it exploded. I think that's just like that's a rupture in the pipe itself. So they're putting pressure through the pipe, and then if something is wrong with the pipe, it'll build and build and then burst.
Sure.
It's like what would happen.
But either way, they would have to be condensing it.
Yeah. But I don't know. We're simplifying a more complicated process. But anyway, build a happy lake, nice lake. Everyone likes the lake. It's the best lake. Everybody tells me. I saw that lake and I was like, wow, so blue.
Okay.
Put a trail up to the lake, put roads that go to the lake. Great lake. The best lake. And then you have at the other end of the lake, it drains into a hydroelectric dam, and then you generate power. And it rains and fills up the lake, and then generate power out of the lake. And it's a tourist attraction. People like your beautiful lake. And then whatever. You just like to just flood the ocean with these shitty driving through a field of wind turbines. It's so post-apocalyptic. It looks so ugly. They look like these giant insects like creeping towards your car. It's awful. And then you're replacing just like beautiful nature with giant fucked up wind turbines.
They look like communism.
It looks so bad. It feels bad. It feels bad driving through them.
It feels very evil.
And I don't care if you put glitter on them or whatever. Like it's stupid to build these gigantic monolithic structures to generate a shitty amount of power and then have them break and sit there. Most of them were just like most of them were spinning, but there was a ton of them that were just stuck.
Yeah, well, eventually they break and nobody fixes them.
And like you need to get up super high to get the rust off. So there's a ton of material you have to remove from it, and then, like I don't know, but also like that's you're like losing material. You have to then replace those components too. So it's like it's a whole fucking shit show, and they don't generate that much power. It's not like compared to everything else.
Fantastic.
It's just like because they have tons of them up, and it's like that doesn't they still have power plants that generate power. Dams are good. Nuclear is obviously the best. Fucking 5 Mile Island, nothing happened. 3 Mile Island, whatever fuck happened. Nothing happened. President Carter went there. He took a look around, and then he was like, ooh, everything's fine. I'm going to not tell anyone. He made zero statement. He refused to make a statement because he was like, oh, Democrats, they don't like nuclear power, so we're just not going to.
We're just not going to bother them.
I'm just not going to mention it.
And then journalists were like, he's hiding.
Yeah. Because, like, my dad was like, oh, what about I was saying nuclear power is the best. And he's like, well, what about 5 Mile Island? It was like, what happened? And he was like, just made lots
People
of
died.
And I was like, oh, yeah, what happened? I would say absolutely fucking nothing happened. And unless you can tell me specifically what happened, nothing happened. You just got spooked by the news. And he was like, oh, a bunch of people got sick. I was like, not a single person got sick. Fake news. Just nothing happened. They had a technical malfunction, which was like not good, but like nothing happened out of it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they had like precautions put in place to keep people safe. So, all those safety things just kind of worked.
Yeah.
And then they fixed the problem. And then that was it.
Yeah, they were worried and stuff, but they figured out after a little bit that like it was going to be fine, but
Right.
it's kind of interesting the problem they had because it got so hot that it put a layer of like was it hydrogen and oxygen, and because it got too hot, the hydrogen and the oxygen were separating out of water, so you had a layer of hydrogen which can explode.
Right. Yeah.
But then it was like stuck at a certain elevation, so it wouldn't go down or up, so it was like clogging it, something like that. It was interesting. Way beyond me to understand, but apparently, like no matter how much, even if you fill the whole thing with hydrogen, because the concrete is so thick, it's just not gonna.
Good to know.
It just wasn't gonna. It's not possible to explode.
David says nobody got sick. It was a light that turned on when the switch was hit to open the valve, rather than turning on when the valve actually opens.
Yeah, that's what caused the issue. Is that they pushed something to happen, and then the light turns on when you push the switch, but there's no other light that says that the valve actually opened. So they assumed it was open because the light was on, and it wasn't.
You're right.
So then it got just like clogged the gas, whatever. Like the coolant wasn't getting to the right spot or whatever, so
Really does go to show throughout history how the news can twist a story and make it seem like so much more of a big deal than it actually is.
people claim to not believe the news, but I think the same people are influenced to think stuff is bad if the news says it's bad enough. So
I mean, humans do learn through repetition and patterns.
it's kind of the same thing with like Trump. Is like the news complains about Trump so much that people are like, oh, he's very divisive. It's like not actually. The left hates him more than they've ever hated anyone, but
They've been more harsh to him than any other candidate.
but he's also
The only
unified.
thing that comes close is like maybe Reagan or Bush.
Yeah, I mean, but he's also he's unified a lot more than he's divided. It's just that the left is so explosive about him that they hate him more than ever, but it's not really like. And I also don't think if it could have been another candidate, they'd hate that candidate too. It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
Part of it is just the fact that he's like also sassy back to them in response, and they're not used to that. Like when they attacked a lot of Republicans in the past, they would kind of just like brush it off their shoulder and like try to be the bigger man.
I think generally the left is used to being able to get people to submit to some extent, like to scare people or to like make them what do you call it? Where it's a concession, that makes some kind of concession, but he's just very rigid. So
Yeah.
but the left is doing so much more crazy stuff now. Like you don't get quite more crazy than like. It's not sin. Let's end it on a happy note. But yeah, you don't.
Yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking.
Yeah, it doesn't get more. It doesn't get more crazy than it is now.
The modern day.
But yeah. Anyway, the chapter I'm writing right now, it's cool. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Ferrofluid guns.
Ferrofluid. Tell me about them.
They're so cool. But I am kind of curious, like, I'll explain the concept, and then I'm kind of curious, like, chat's take on whether or not they're cool. I think they're cool. But I think also the way I wrote them in, you actually read the chapter that I put a ferrofluid gun in. I don't want to talk too specifically, but there's one of the chapters I had you read. And I think the way I depicted it was pretty good. I think I made it cool. But I think you could very easily have it not be cool. But anyway, the concept of a ferrofluid gun, ferro as in like ferrous, as in like steel or something, iron or steel or whatever. Oh, that's interesting. The thought is that in electronic tech is a design flaw to make us think about what we design and how we design it. Yeah, that's. I mean, that is. It's yeah. That is. There's just so many. Like you look at the control room in that power plant. There's gazillion lights everywhere.
Yeah, it's not really helpful.
And like the amount of the system design that went into that place, it just seems like fatigue. They missed one random thing. And, like, there's some stupid theory where this guy was like, no matter what, you're always going to have an accident as, like, part of, like, just life is, like, there's always going to be an accident no matter, so we're guaranteed to have a nuclear accident. It's like,
we're due for one.
Yeah.
I hate when people are like, oh, we're due for, like, this tragic thing to happen.
It's like, it's just this, like, doomer pussy mentality. It's like, oh, we're eventually going to fail. It's like, shut up, bitch. Like,
what a shitty prophecy.
So it's just like, stop sucking, dude. Like, you know what? Here's what we're guaranteed. We're guaranteed that you're gonna be a bitch for the rest of your life, you fucking pussy. But anyway,
continuing on.
Ferrofluid. Ferrous is like the Latin for like iron or steel or something like that. And basically that's like magnetic, like a magnetic metal. So, a ferrofluid gun would be molten steel that's, like, highly magnetic, shot out of a railgun or a Gauss barrel. Probably Gauss, right? The difference between Gauss and rail is that rail is pushing, Gauss is pulling it down. So I think, and also you don't touch the sides in a Gauss rifle, where you do on a railgun. Railguns are still fucking cool, but yeah, you'd probably a railgun, there's a lot of wear and tear on the barrel because you're scraping as it goes down every time. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so you'd use probably a Gauss barrel to shoot this like molten steel out of the gun at like super high velocities, like a laser beam, just like. And the temperature change because it's so hot would cause a like rupture, like you'd explode on contact, right? Or it would go into something and then potentially explode because of the temperature change. The only example I've ever seen in science fiction, the only example I'm aware of at all in science fiction, there might be some books, but I'm not familiar with them, is Mass Effect. The Reaper guns. Now, I'm sure the people writing the games after, like, the second game have no fucking idea what's going on. They're just, like, they just break up a line of lead, and then they just no fucking clue what's going on. They're just completely brain dead. They're like, oh, should I cut off my cock today? Oh, I gotta write. Oh. And then they work on their shitty script for this gay game. But
yeah, accurate.
Before that, the Reaper ships, that's canonically what their guns are supposed to be. Now, again, I'm sure you could point to cutscenes where they just make them all actual laser, but because it looks like a laser in like the third game. But what it's supposed to be is a ferrofluid cannon, and so it's shooting molten steel. Probably not actually ferro, right? It's probably not actually steel, because in that universe they use hyperdrives to shoot bullets, so they probably use the same thing. The Mass Effect is what it's called. They probably use that to shoot the molten metal. But anyway, I just think that's such a neato kind of thing. Much more interesting than. Are you looking at memes?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's
okay. Just curious.
Relax. I'm just wiggling the mouse every now and then.
Sometimes you look at memes.
Only the dankest memes.
Of course. But no, I think that's so much more interesting than a laser and plasma, to be honest. Maybe it's just because I don't understand what plasma really is. Because I was like, what? I was asking a question about like plasma when we were playing that playtesting a sci-fi thing, and nobody knows, but people have this varying degrees of whether they pretend to know what it is or not. And the thing that always gets said is, if you put X, Y, and Z in a microwave, it turns into plasma. It's like, so I hear it a lot,
yeah,
right?
Of course.
It's like grapes and whatever, and it's like, all right, but what were we working with? Like,
I think plasma is like a slightly goopier laser.
Yeah, basically. It also works on like a railgun thing, I believe. I think everything is just using magnets in the future. But the thing I heard about it that's just super interesting is because it's so hot, it wouldn't have bullet drop, it would have bullet rise. Isn't that fucking cool?
That's interesting.
Because it would be heating up and hitting the ceiling.
Right.
So if you imagine trying to shoot in a submarine where they have those low-hanging doorways that seal off, if you did the same thing with a spaceship, which would make sense to keep the airlocks and whatever, if you had the same kind of concept and you shot, you'd be clipping those tops of those doorways in an interior fight. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that information, but it's an interesting thing to imagine is like you have to aim down really low and then it'd be swinging up.
Mm.
And so if you're...
Very different, yeah.
Yeah, and so you get more range if you're firing like up at people on like different elevators or something, if you're in some, you know, missile silo or something. But if you're trying to shoot down, you'd have very limited range. It's quite cool, but I don't like, it's all this like random sci-fi information I know, but I don't really know if I would use it in my story or not.
Yeah, you just keep it in like your notes somewhere.
It's something that was pointed out by some YouTube video that I watched, so I'd have to do more research to find out if it's actually true.
Right.
Before I would like put it into a book, because I do a little bit more due diligence, but I don't know. I don't feel like people have a really good grasp for what plasma really is. I feel like I would have to go through the labor of explaining kind of what the plasma is, what it feels like, what it really is. Because people will give you this like shitty technical definition, but it's like, what is molten metal? It's goopy hot metal, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And people get that, and people understand that very viscerally, because people know what like hot metal is like, and if you imagine hot metal that's like dripping, you can imagine even it being even hotter, right? Nobody has any fucking clue what like plasma is like, or like what it's like to get shot with a laser. It's not. I mean, maybe getting shot with a laser people get. Maybe getting shot.
Maybe they've seen enough Star Wars.
You have to establish what your plasma works like, because I don't think anyone is really writing plasma as it is in reality. Otherwise, we would have like actual plasma guns, and we don't. And then of course, the other thing with lasers is people are like, oh, you can't see lasers. Like, gay. Just shut up. Just you can see lasers. It's stupid. To do the you can't see lasers thing is so stupid. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, no, it's got you gotta.
It's cooler if you can see lasers.
It's cool. It's just cooler if you can see the lasers. Yeah, that's just. But I don't know. I feel like ferrofluid is interesting. Here's where the disconnect is for me. When I hear about it as a ship cannon, I'm like, sick. When I hear about it as a like kind of janky sort of slapped together kind of weapon, I'm like jury rigged. I'm still there for it, because like remember, well, I guess you wouldn't know, but if you remember Half-Life 2, the rebar in Half-Life 2, it's like superheated and then shot out of a crossbow. It's like that's the crossbow gun in that game. And I'm like, oh damn, getting hit with a super hot piece of rebar, that's crazy. And like instant kill, of course it's an instant kill. I don't know, they don't do that much work in explaining why this would work this way, but like you take that rebar, you stick it in the you cock it back, stick the rebar in, it goes instantly super hot. And you shoot it, insta kill. So I don't know. But people, they see it and they're like, yeah, that would kill you. And I think that's quite cool. But when you have a factory-produced, super well-made ferrofluid gun, I don't know. It doesn't feel that cool. Like, I think part of it is like, do I have a tank of fluid that I'm just like squirting like a super soaker? Just like spraying someone with the molten metal? That's no good. I feel like I can't really imagine it shooting super, super hard if I've got just an AR-15 size gun that's shooting it. I can't imagine it shooting so hard that it's cutting straight through steel and stuff. And then the other thing is like, if I'm able to turn while I'm spraying, it does really feel very super soaker. It doesn't feel dangerous. But if it's individual cartridges and it's like one line of molten metal, like zoom, then I'm there for it. Like I feel like that feels right. Or the harder it is to cycle the round, like we're like Like in Ghost in the Shell, they have that scene where she's shooting the big, like, 50 cal sniper, and between every shot, they're going, like, ching, like, manually dragging the thing back. It makes no sense, because we're in the future. We should have, like, semi-auto guns. But the fact that...
Never jams.
But after she shoots, and she goes... It's like, oh my god, that next shot is going to do so much damage. And then you see the shell come down, it goes clonk,
Because you have
clonk,
to
clonk.
see how, like, big the bullet actually is.
It's just like in video games, when you have a pump shotgun, it does more damage. Why does it do more damage? For game balance, but also it feels like it would do more damage. When you pump the thing, you see the shell fly out, it's like, oh, this is a real shotgun, right? There was a gun in Nightfire, you could toggle between automatic and pump, and in pump it did way more damage. And it just doesn't make any sense, right? But it feels like it does, you know? It's like, boom. Same thing with bolt action rifles. Everyone's like, yeah, bolt action sniper rifle does more damage. Why? Because it should. Because it feels like it does. Because there's this, like, visceral nature to the gun. So when you're designing a sci-fi gun, I feel like that's important. Is like, how do you make it fucking cool? I think the reload in Fallout 3 for the laser rifles, where you, like, pop out this, like, tangible battery and pop in a new tangible battery, and you see how the gun works from the outside, it feels super real. Other games where it's mimicking what a gun looks like and they're putting in a new magazine, it's not right. It's not quite, it doesn't feel as visceral, you know? But
yeah, I get what you mean.
anyway.
Putting a little bit of extra effort into firing the shot will make it
Yeah.
seem like it's more powerful in general.
Oh, did I
Hey,
ever...
Quantum Weasel? I didn't notice you.
Did you get the... I don't know if I ever...
Built.
Oh, I did have blackjack.
Yes, we built 1.5 beds.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I'll tell you about it after stream. But I was talking to my brother about it.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see.
I am quite tired on this Halloween night. Too
Yes.
much sugar in me. So I'm gonna say let's call it here, and we'll check back in for more fun streams next time.
Also, I do want to fix the oven. I'm gonna fix the oven at ASAP. And if my parents want to get a new oven, fine. But I'm gonna have a fully functioning oven that I'm gonna sell if they get a new oven. I'll store it in my brother's property in the garage or whatever, and then I'll sell it. But I'm gonna fix. We should talk about oven fixing
Yeah.
at some point. David, your words are here and your C is here.
If
Oh.
parts are sent, they will be at P.O. Box Friday.
Oh, you didn't have to do that.
He's already on it.
Oh, you didn't have to do that.
Tool needed as well.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the. Oh, I forgot to put the next stream. I'll put. It was Halloween. That's my excuse. It's my Halloween costume. I'm a Witcher. Don't question it. I'm a Witcher.
Yeah, he
Yes.
had his
I just took this off for a second, but if it started vibrating, I would get up and kill monsters. I swear. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I will fix oven.
Yeah, do man things.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do a little maybe I'll do a private stream on the Discord and fix the oven.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit disappointed Gurgi didn't come downstairs to say hi.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go get Gurgi to say hi, and then we'll end the stream with Gurgi. Make the if you can make the camera the screen over again.
I can do that. Because we had Gurgi dressed up as the Beast for Halloween. And it's funny because he just had a, haircut and grooming today. On Halloween Day, they scheduled him for a grooming. And so he looks like the most elegant, well put together Beast. He's in, the suit, but he doesn't look like a mangly monster. He just looks so gentlemanly. get him on here. I can hear the jingling of his collar from afar. Now Gurgi is the dog. The dog of the house. Who is basically the only one of us dressed up. He's not coming?
He's coming, but he doesn't have his costume.
What?
You're
What happened to his costume?
just a dog.
You're just a dog. You're not a beast anymore. You look so cute.
Come here,
Seriously, look on my Twitter.
Come here,
Look on my
Gurgi.
Twitter. I posted a picture.
Gurgi, come here.
He was cute. Trust
Gurgi, come
me.
here.
You
Gurgi,
still
come.
look elegant. You still
Gurgi.
look so
Hey, hey, hey,
He
hey,
thinks he's
Gurgi.
gonna go outside.
Come here.
You still look elegant, even
Go
if you're not
say-
in beast costume.
Say hi to chat. Yes. You are a dog. See, he's much less moppish. Now, he looks much more dog. Is that the spot? Yeah, that's the spot.
No.
Oh.
Yikes. Yeah. Doesn't he just look like he's in heaven?
We shall poppers. You should. You're supposed to have your costume on though, Gurgi.
Yeah, did your mom take it off him?
She must have.
Yeah.
I will make him dress in the costume tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or whenever we stream
You
again.
know what? Next time it doesn't matter if it's not Halloween.
Yeah.
He's back in
wearing
that.
it. Yeah.
back in that beast suit.
I'm gonna dress him up for stream every day. Regal beast indeed.
Yes. He's a cutie. All right.
He is a show dog, by the way. Like the breeder was like, oh, if you want me to show him, I can.
Yeah, he was bred to be a show dog, basically.
Yeah, because also he has the natural posture of a show dog. Like he stands up very like properly. That's really funny because my brother and his girlfriend got a dog from the same breeder, and they picked that one dog that they liked, and then she was like, oh no, I can't give you that one anymore. I changed my mind. I'm gonna make that dog a show dog.
Mm.
I'm gonna give you a different dog. The dog they got, when she sits, she's like this.
She falls apart like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, she like doesn't. You know how dogs have their like legs together? She's just like I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's just like this heap of fluff. Like it's just. And the dog is so much more active and like loves running around getting dirty and stuff.
And somehow still got fat.
Yeah, it's a big chungus. Whereas Gurgi is like very proper and like it'll be sopping wet outside and he'll come in and it'll just be his paws are wet and my mom will be like, oh, is it raining outside? And it's like, oh, it's hard to tell from Gurgi because he's so fastidious. Like he keeps himself clean.
He trots.
Yeah, and he naturally has the diagonal movement trot where you like alternate with the front right and back left and then like you do the diagonals and you like da 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 da. I think it's called the Spanish trot or whatever. Like he does that automatically like when he's like walking across the lawn. It's just like very fancy dog.
GamePhans suddenly goes viral and dressing Gurgi becomes something Adam is forced to do for eternity.
A Vanyar dog? What is the Vanyar? Gurgi actually is super well behaved.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, he'll let you put a costume on him.
He'll let you touch his paws and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't mind you touching his paws or his face or whatever. He's so chill.
The most chill.
It's funny, when he was a puppy, he was super, super timid, super, super scared. And my brother picked him up and put him on a table, and then he immediately stops being scared and whatever goes, and he has this very upright posture because he was trained to because the breeder is also a groomer who cut all the dogs,
right, yeah.
and so he knows what he's supposed to do when he gets on a table. He's supposed to stand still and keep his head straight.
Part of the reason he's so well behaved.
Yeah.
All right.
He's so indignant over there. He's like, but I want to go
He really
outside.
wants to go outside, yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, and thanks for hanging out with us.
Woo.
The Vanya are the most... Oh, right. Okay, it did sound like an elf thing. Well. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll see you, we'll let you know when we're doing another